Welcome, everybody. I am your host, Arctic.
I'm Poppet.
I'm Pandy.
And we're
Fluffit.
We're live. All right, coming up first, we do have our voicemails. We do have a question in today. If you would like to give us a call and ask your own question, you can do so by calling 701-205-1501. What was that number, Pandy?
That was 701-205-1501.
And just in case everybody heard that correctly, what was that number one more time, Poppet?
701-205-1501.
Call it. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, you can definitely ask any kind of questions as long as it does pass TOS. You know, we are a little explicit on here, but you know, we don't want any crazy things, but pretty much anything should be okay. So give us a call. We do have our first caller here. Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
So my question is, if you were an emotion from the movie Inside Out, which one would you be? Would you be anger? Would you be joy? Would you be sadness? That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
That's deep.
That's
Anxiety.
a deep question. I will tell you, I am a cornucopia of emotions that is ever ebbing and flowing in all directions at all times. So I'm not really sure if you can place a specific emotion on that.
Anxiety.
I'm gonna have to think about it for a moment. Pandy, sounds like you got it down pat. Anxiety. What about you, Poppet?
It's tough. I'm not disgust. If there's I would say I'm like hope, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that considered an emotion? I would imagine so. I've never actually seen the movie Inside Out, but I do know there is a second one, and I know that there is.
I think
it's a good movie.
2.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like we need to do a Discord movie night sometime.
Oh, heck
to watch that. But I've seen plenty of GIFs and media created from that movie, enough to understand. I've seen anger. I've seen the GIF a lot where you his head catches on fire.
Yeah, it explodes.
I don't know. There's
sadness,
not
disgust, joy, anxiety, envy, hope, love, nostalgia, embarrassment.
I would probably be love.
Oh my god!
Well, he got his
Yeah. But if not that one, I would probably most likely be a emotional anomaly.
This is true.
See, I know mine's easy because my anxiety comes from playing Overwatch all the time. So,
Right. That's a big one. But thank you for that question. That was pretty deep there. I'm probably going to be thinking about that all night. What am I? What emotion would I be?
I didn't think that hard.
Although the anxiety character is pretty freaking hilarious. If you've seen that one.
I'm really going to have to check it out now. I mean, it looks good. It looks like it has good animation. Is it Disney? Or
I think it's Pixar.
Pixar? Is that
Disney
is that
Pixar? Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Pixar.
I think now.
Yeah, I think
Wasn't
so.
it first, but it is now.
There's another great animation place I'm trying to think of. DreamWorks, that is. But aren't they owned by Disney now too?
Oh, no, I think they're actually still independent from Disney.
Nice. You know, it's kind of hard to be independent from Disney nowadays. Yeah. But we do have to be careful talking about Disney, you know. I've heard a lot of things about copyright, where they'll track you down. One of the biggest things or tips that they have out there, if you have some information on the internet floating around about yourself, you just associate it with Disney and they'll immediately get it taken off the internet.
That's crazy. But honestly, speaking of Disney, it kind of leads us into our topic today, doesn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, we got all kinds of topics today relating to wizards.
No. I mean, that is Disney.
You're a wizard, Harry. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for some breaking news. Welcome to the Wizard Tech and Weather Spotlight, where we break down the hottest tech updates and shifty weather shifts. We've got everything you need to stay ahead. It's 2/25/25 if you're in my neck of the woods, and today we've got a few exciting topics you might just love. Let's dig in. Alright, Fluffheads, let's talk graphics cards. And by graphics cards, I'm talking with Team Green. I know a lot of you out there are gamers, and everyone knows how frustrating it can be when experiencing rendering lag and frame drops. Nvidia just admitted that some early batches of their GeForce RTX 5080s have been missing ROPs. But what does that even mean? ROP stands for Raster Operations Pipeline, or more commonly referred to Render Output Units. And they're kind of like painters finishing touches in their canvas masterpiece. They take the processed image data and finalize it, handling things like anti-aliasing and sending the final frame to your screen. Fewer ROPs means a slight performance drop, especially in games. This issue first popped up with the RTX 5090 and the 5070 Ti, and now we know the 5080 is involved with this as well. It's a rare problem, impacting less than 0.5% of cards, but it could mean about 4% lower performance. Concerned that your new card that you just bought with your entire life savings and some borrowed cash may be affected by the missing ROPs? Fret not, my friend. You can start by checking benchmarks and performance testing with your GPU against expected results. If your FPS seems lower than usual, then you can reach out to the card's manufacturer with your serial number and purchase details. They'll be able to confirm your unit is a part of the affected batch and guide you through the replacement process if needed. The good news, Nvidia has fixed the issue in new production, and if you have a confirmed affected card, as stated before, you can get a replacement from the manufacturer. So if your FPS feels a little fluffier than usual, now you know why. In happier tech news, Samsung has unveiled its 9100 Pro series PCIe 5.0 SSDs, delivering blazing fast read speeds of up to 14,800 megabytes per second and write speeds up to 13,400 megabytes per second. To put that into perspective, Samsung's previous high-end, the 990 Pro, maxed out at about 7,450 megabytes per second. That means the 9100 Pro is nearly twice as fast, making load times, large file transfers, and even 8K video editing smoother than ever. These drives come in capacities of 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte, with an 8 terabyte model expected later this year. If you're looking for top-tier performance, the 1 terabyte version starts at about $199.99. A solid deal for next-gen speed. Whether you're a gamer, content creator, or just someone who hates waiting, this is a serious upgrade. Also, not a sponsor. Now shifting on over to the weather, the United States is experiencing notable climatic events. In the Pacific Northwest, another atmospheric river is rolling in, bringing hurricane-force wind gusts and heavy rain, leading to power outages and rough travel conditions. Meanwhile, in Florida, a low-pressure system is dumping heavy rain, causing localized flooding. Residents should stay alert. And across the country, temperatures are on a roller coaster, with some areas warming up as much as 20 degrees after a deep freeze. It's a wild mix, so keep an eye on your local forecast and stay prepared. And that's this week's Wizard Tech and Weather Spotlight. From tech breakthroughs to wild weather shifts, we'll keep you in the loop. Stay safe, stay curious, and until next time, we'll catch you later. Now back to the podcast.
Disney subscription, lots of subscription culture in general.
Everything is a subscription nowadays. Like, I would not be surprised if you had to have a subscription to start using the drive-through at a food establishment. Like, it's ridiculous. They even started talking about doing subscriptions for Windows, which I will just poop if that happens. I don't know what else to do. That is not okay. Listen to me, everyone listening around, that is not okay. If you should be able to buy Windows and have that and use it forevermore without only having to pay once.
Well, I think this particular topic, it was especially relevant right now to, it's like the beginning of the year. Everything's starting to roll over. You do all, January, February. Oh no, all the subscriptions come out, for the year. And, I don't know. Do you remember what your year-long subscriptions are? Do you remember what your monthly subscriptions are?
Yeah, yearly, monthly, bi-monthly. It's crazy, and if you don't write them down.
And they call it like subscription overload, where it's so much that it's overwhelming and that you can't keep track of it. So, they end up winning out. It's a win for the businesses too, because they've got this guarantee. They can actually plan financially more stable, make better predictions because they've got monthly things rolling out that they never had before. So
right. And it's not just in things, because like with Adobe, you used to be able to buy their programs, but now everything is subscription based. So you have to have a subscription in order to actually use their products. Now, some might say that that's better, which in case it kind of is, because it becomes more available, because those programs were like $600, $700. It's kind of rough to throw that out there all at once, but like once you do it, it's yours forever. You get updates and things, but I don't know. It's not just these companies and stuff. It's video games too. Everything's got a battle pass. Everything.
Yeah.
Microtransactions,
right?
And it's not just for cosmetics.
Well, we were kind of complaining about microtransactions and like, mobile games and MMOs and stuff like that. But like battle passes are just as bad, I feel. And they're in everything. You're like, oh, it's $5 or $15 for a month. What's that? But it adds up.
That's what it was when it started. Now they're like 20.
Doing it, whether it's Fortnite or whatever it is, but it adds up and you forget about it, especially if it's an auto renewal, like I know Nintendo, like some of those, the Pokemon games even are auto, renewal on those. And unless you're tracking it, you don't notice it's coming out every month. So there's so many.
The messed up thing about it is these games that you pay $60, $70 for, you can't even play unless it's online. Mm-hmm. And you have to pay a subscription just for the online after you've already played paid for the game. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing here, guys?
That's weird about like society. We just accepted like Xbox Live, the PlayStation Network, and Nintendo's internet, and we don't for PC. But for some reason, for consoles, it's completely fine. We're okay with that. I never understood that.
I went to use my Xbox used to have the Game Pass where you had like a family thing, and 5 friends or family could access whatever you purchased. If you had your Game Pass Ultimate, they had Game Pass Ultimate if they were fathered under you. Well, they did away with that. Like, it's just gone. I'm like, well, why do I have Game Pass Ultimate? It was different if I was paying that for 5 people, but to be paying that for myself and only myself, I mean, that to me, I'm like, okay, do I make the choice? Is it worth it? I'm not going to pay that for 5 people. So.
Yeah, that's how they suck you in. They have like some sort of promotion thing, and you know, some people or some companies will actually grandfather you in, which
but it was
is
promotional
nice.
for like years. Like you didn't even know it was a test run, run for how many years, and then all of a sudden it stops. And I think that was pretty dirty. They used to be top. I used to be better than PlayStation and stuff because of that program. But now they're just the same, you know, to me as the others.
And then on top of these subscriptions, you have these little things like unlockables that you can't have unless you have their certain type of currency. Like, stop it with the currencies. God, the currencies.
Even with Nikki Infinity, there's like 5 different currencies, and I forgot which ticket goes to what, and I'm like, I'm overwhelmed already.
It's especially too much. Bad
gacha games. Yeah, gacha games are the worst. Like there's like 10 different currencies, and they all do different things. It's like, okay,
it was unreal.
Yeah, and some of them will have like a transferable
you know, a
thing.
little girl would know how to manage that.
It's ridiculous. Like, you have to have a business degree in order to play gacha games nowadays.
I also think gacha games are lazy.
Financial.
I went to get what's that game you play on Friday with Sigs sometimes, Pandy?
Space Marine 2.
Yeah. I went to go get that for the Yeti. And I was like, okay, it's kind of an expensive game. It's not a cheap game. But then you have to pay for the season pass on top of that, right?
No.
And I was like, there's not a season pass?
There is a season pass, but you don't need it to play the game.
Oh, okay.
Well, is it like
still,
with Borderlands where the
well,
season pass gives you like all of the DLCs and stuff that comes out?
I'm pretty sure it's just cosmetics in the season pass.
Is it just cosmetics? Okay. Well, I was just worried. I saw that. I was like, oh, no. Now I have to pay subscription for a season, like Destiny or something on top of the game.
I don't want to get started about Destiny. I can talk about Destiny.
We're talking to you, Cinny.
Okay. Okay. So we're on Destiny now. Destiny is probably the worst for when it comes to microtransactions and stuff. One of the worst, because you have a battle pass for the season, and there's like 3 seasons in an expansion. If you buy the base expansion, which is like $50, you get none of those seasons. So you know the Ultimate Edition is $100, so you get all the seasons. And then they decided, you know what, guys? Dungeons, they're basically like mini raids. That's also now a separate purchase. Unless you get the Ultimate Edition. So I'm like, you mother.
Oh my gosh.
You're just
it's all about the money in the end, right?
Basically, Destiny's like, hey, you all this content used to be it just came with the expansion, just the base expansion pass. But now every way we can nickel and dime you, we are going to. I'm like, you suck.
Well, you know what they say, nothing's free anymore. You know, they'll say it's a free game, but it never is.
Oh, and they also have microtransactions in Destiny.
Games too. Like, you've already paid $60 for this game. Wait, there's a DLC and there's all this extra stuff, and you think you've already paid, plenty for it. I don't know. It just never ends these days. And it's not, just for gaming. But, it's not just subscriptions either. It's every game has its own thing. It has its own launcher. It has its own,
Yeah, can we just all consolidate to Steam?
All I'm gonna say is Ubisoft. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I would never need your launcher for anything. Just
Nothing.
make it not exist and just put it on Steam, please.
For real, bro. Like, I don't want to sign into your bullshit in order to play Uno with my homies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And yet you
Yeah.
do.
yeah, that's
Well,
true.
they leave you no choice, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, like, every time that somebody brings up, let's play Uno, I'm like, God damn, I forgot my password. I'm going to have to, like, go
Yeah,
through
it's-
forgot password bullshit.
Well, it's like with Epic Games, like the Epic Games launcher. I never use that launcher besides for one game,
Oh, it's awful.
which I probably will uninstall soon, but then I'll probably never open it again. It's so bad. You don't have a chat function. Like half the functions on Steam are just not in that launcher at all.
Yeah. Steam, I enjoy Steam's launcher. It's got a nice store. It's got, a nice library. You have family features and sharing,
Yeah, but-
chat.
I kind of, I like it, but at the same time, I get annoyed that the game is not mine. Like it is, but it isn't. I
Well, I
cannot
mean-
play it. If I couldn't play it without Steam.
Well, I mean,
Like it's
true.
maybe the old school part of me is like, I got this disc. I'm putting it in my drive. I'm gonna
Well,
Right.
put
I
that
will
CD in there, and it's mine. And
Physical copies
I
are rare
miss
nowadays.
the actual. It's my property.
That's the problem with
If
games with
Steam goes
subscriptions.
down, do you know how much money, how many games we just?
Well,
got
the thing
nothing.
about that is there actually is, a lot of people don't know about this, but there actually is an offline feature for Steam. As long as it doesn't rely on like multiplayer functionality or something like that to actually
Like
be connected to a server,
VTubers.
you can play that like single player game like Skyrim. You can play that without the interwebs. So
The VSU Studio would still work, just not the collab function.
correct.
Right.
Yeah. You can
The
even
collab
launch
doesn't.
VTube Studio without Steam in general. There's a workaround for it. But
But when I had dual computers, I had to log in I had to have 2 logins for Steam.
right, that
In
is
order to
bullshit.
Be in VTube Studio and play a game because it didn't want me being in there twice. It was
Yeah. And
pain.
what about people with like
was
2
mine. I paid
stream
money for
setups,
right, exactly.
So
Mm.
it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, what can we do? There's nothing we can do except just accept it. And I mean, unless literally everyone,
Well,
but
they're not going to, 'cause
together and did a strike or something.
It's easy, right? It's part of the lazy culture too. How many of
Right.
us carry cash on us really anymore? We like to
Yeah.
just tap now. We don't even take our cards out. Like I can tap my phone.
I carry money
Hey.
all the time.
Okay, I love you, Pandy. But like it's like
Pandy.
more of a cashless culture where you don't see your money going down either. So it's
Oh,
easy
yeah.
for us, but we're a lot less what's the word, accountable for our money, and we're probably spending more digitally than we give credit for. But I have a question for you. So we can play this game, right? The game is like yay or nay. Would you subscribe? Like, would you really subscribe for this?
All right.
So we can vote on this. Okay. So clothing purchase access. So there are some of these apps where they design, you get secondhand clothing, or they send you a box of clothing, and you don't just, you have to subscribe for that. Would you
We're
subscribe for
talking about
clothing
something
services?
like ThreadUp, not a sponsor.
Yes, not a sponsor. Something like that. I was
No.
trying not to
I
say
have
names.
I have to get like basically custom clothes.
Yeah,
I'm so
you're nice.
tall.
I could see that.
I have to go to like a certain store to get things that fit me.
They're like, do my outfit for me. Send me
Now-
stuff.
Let me say this. Unless I drastically lose weight or something or gain weight, I'm not buying clothes. I'm not that kind of person,
I think that's more
like,
of a girl question. But I
will
do not- There
I'm gonna say
was.
it's a girl question.
I was like, oh,
clothes,
that's a cute
but I
outfit.
don't need
And
them.
then it said here, subscribe here, and I went, I'm not subscribing to just look at them even. So for me, that was a name.
Did
Wait,
they
it
just
doesn't
send you
subscribe
monthly
just to look at
clothes?
it? Hell
Yeah.
no.
Well, it was
Hell
even
no.
to just access to get in and look at the clothing.
No.
It was.
But
it was
did
part
they
of the
send you a
subscription.
monthly package of clothing?
If then you subscribed for the monthly, but you have to be able to send it back, or else you get billed for the clothing.
Wait, whoa,
It's like a membership.
Whoa.
You're a member.
You're saying that you subscribe to this and then they send you clothes, you wear them and then send them back?
No, you look at them and you're like, which ones do I want to keep? And you keep the ones you want, send the other ones back, and you get billed for
But
the
you're
ones you
still
keep.
wearing them. You're trying them on, are you?
Right.
Not?
And think about it. It's like,
That's
are
fucking
you really
gross.
gonna send it back? You know, you end up just paying for them because you forget to send it back or something.
Yeah, so wait, basically you had to already pay for a subscription. Then they send you clothes. And then you still have to pay for the clothes?
Yes.
Then what's the point of the subscription?
Oh, someone puts an outfit together for you. Okay.
It does not make sense.
That's the most
with
greedy
me-
thing I've ever heard.
Right now in my
And that
life,
was at the start
I
of the
just
subscription
wear
culture. That was a
I wear
long time
my-
ago that started.
I wear my work clothes, and I just, other than that, I just sit in my underwear and a shirt. That's it.
It's true.
Okay. And like, there's a bunch of shirts that I just recently gave like 2 trash bags of my shirts to Pop It.
Yeah.
I was like, here, take this until I can wear them
It
again.
was cute.
You know, so I'm not a person that would really benefit from that, I don't think.
I
Okay,
like clothes. I
next
like
one.
making outfits, but like to pay for a subscription and then pay for the clothes. Nah, you got me. You got me messed up on that.
There's also a joy in the shopping for me too, in some ways.
That's true.
So my next one,
nice
yay
to
or
go
nay?
in and just find it.
Health information and tracking.
No.
Now,
So like
with
an
this-
app that helps you track your health and your working out and your eating habits. Is that worth subscription for you?
A
Now, let me
gym
say
membership
this.
is sure, but not an app for that.
So if it actually helps you, I'm down with the subscription. And the reason why I say that is because there's tons of these subscriptions that claim to help you with your health, get back on track on exercise, eating right, and all that. But then you download the app, get the subscription, and then don't even touch it, or you don't listen to it, or whatever.
Like a gym membership.
But
something.
if it's something that like you can add your, like something like what is it, Google Health or whatever, where you can like upload your blood pressure and your different dietary habits and share with your doctor and things like that, I'm sort of okay with that. But I would rather a one-time fee, because I'm not going to say the name because we aren't
Right.
sponsored. But it is an app where you can log your food. It counts the calories, lets you know like what was in that food, like protein, fiber, and things like that. And it lets you know like what you need more of and what you need less of and things like that.
Tracks how many calories you've burned for the day by syncing with fitness watch, maybe.
Right, yeah. And then it would reduce that from your calories that you've eaten and, add it back to what you can have that day. So that's really cool. And if there was a subscription, I might do it. But the thing is if there's a lifetime payment to where you can just pay one payment, it doesn't matter what it is, like how much. If there's a one-time payment and you get that application for life, I will always go for that instead of the subscription. It doesn't matter, how much I'm thinking that I'm going to use it. And I'm not going to lie, this lifetime purchase was $200. That's right, everybody. Arctic Shadow spent $200 on that app.
Eyebrows.
But I got the pro status, bitches.
For your life, not for a year.
For life.
heard it.
Here's the thing. Right? So I'll cut you off. But here's the thing. If you had,
Oh,
if
no
that was a
worries.
subscription, you probably would spend more than $200 in your life for that app.
Right, and that's why I'm always for that lifetime, something that
But
helps
also-
us with our
also,
jobs.
If it's
Like
really
it's a bot,
working, you
80
shouldn't
bucks.
have to use it the rest of your life either.
Right. So
Technically.
I
yeah.
just there's
But
some
it's money well
things that
spent.
I would agree with it if it's a small, minuscule subscription, like
Mhm.
maybe $5. But if it's got that lifetime, I'm going for it.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
say though, if there's like, say I get a gym membership and they had an app with it that did like that stuff, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get two things out of it, you know?
Right.
But just by itself, and then I also need a gym membership, I'll pass.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I've got various topics here because, believe it or not, there's a subscription for everything.
Of course there is.
Dating.
Oh, yeah.
Dating. There's so many, you can get in and look in the apps for free, but you can see more on profiles. You have more communication with people if you subscribe and pay a monthly fee.
Now,
And there's different tiers too. So is that worth a subscription, do you think? Would you? Yay or nay?
back in the day, it's kind of rough because you don't want to say names and stuff, but
Right. That's why I generalized a little bit.
not a sponsor. So there was, I'd never believed in online dating. I was always like, an in-person kind of thing there. But, I was in my late 20s, I think. And I was, thinking about giving it another try after some tragedies that happened in my life. And, it had that sort of thing to where like you could see more about their profile if you subscribed and things like that.
You
and
can
like
message them if you
I
subscribe.
remember,
Mhm.
and I remember feeling like I wanted to. I remember feeling like maybe if I just spend $5 or whatever, then I'll actually be able to get somewhere. Because a lot of the, dating apps and stuff, you just feel like you can't get anywhere with it. And that's kind of scammy and evil that
It
they
is.
block these certain
Mhm.
things, because the people that are on the dating apps are in it for two reasons. Either one, they're actually looking for a connection and might be a little desperate, or they just looking to smash. So those people that are looking for that connection and, want maybe be a little desperate to like, maybe if I buy, $10 I'll be able to boost my profile and stuff like that. It's just scammy and hurtful to those kind of people, but they'll do it because they just want to get somewhere with it.
What do you reckon, Pandy? Yay or nay?
Uh,
That was you of the past, though. It's like yay or nay now.
well, I can't really answer that now because
I'm just saying, if you think it's worth subscribing.
I think if I was to subscribe to that now, you might get a little mad at me.
now, I never thought it was worth it. There's also the other problem is that they'll try to purposely, at like when you first sign up for those things, you'll find
Mhm.
like a bunch of matches, and then they'll slowly start turning it down because they want you to subscribe. There's a lot of like scummy
Very manipulative.
things they do with that kind of stuff. I would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
I do online. I've done online dating, so
I've done it too.
I've tried
And
dating apps
I
too.
would not
They're like,
either.
it's just, do they work really? No, they
No,
don't.
not
Oh my
really.
gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
I never pay for a subscription for one of those because I never
Just
thought
do
it was
what I
worth it.
did. Just give up for 8 years and then magically find a puppet.
Well, I don't think I can find another puppet, but I have
You
someone.
just never know what life's gonna throw
Okay.
at you.
Right.
All right.
You never
I got another
know.
one. You ready?
Yep.
Home security. And this is a real thing. And I do pay a monthly subscription because, well, here's the, it irks me because the thing is, I had to pay for all the equipment, the cameras, everything. However, I also have to pay for the services for them to host it and notify the police if there's a problem or a break-in. You pay monthly for that.
And it's
I
not
feel
even
like
24/7 footage.
It's frustrating. Yeah.
So
Home security.
home security is more of a deterrent to the random guy trying to get into your house. If they know that it's going to be more difficult to get in, they're most likely just going to find a different house. So first of all, that is what home security is, sadly.
Yeah, but they prey on you needing that.
Right. And I don't think that you should have to spend a subscription. I think that you should be able to purchase the equipment from them. And I think you should have to pay them if they need to come out and fix your equipment or something of that nature. But I think you should be able to, pay for installation.
When you pay, for the equipment, which is, you're paying more than what they're making money off the purchase. There should be something rolled into there. You buy our equipment, we offer the service.
Yeah,
that's what I think it should be. But this monthly subscription,
the service, we offer the installation, and other than that, I think it should be ours. I think we should be able to look at it at any point in time, have it up on a screen like we're a security guard or something like that. But it's not like that.
No, it's not.
I have a cheaper thing
sad.
for home security. I have a light that, it's motion sensor, so they think I have security. It's genius.
Yeah.
A lot of people, honestly, will get dogs instead of doing home security. Because a lot of times if a robber's trying to break in and they hear a woof, 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 they're gonna get the fuck out.
Yeah, Mavi, you heard him.
My house has a me because I'm up at all hours.
Yeah.
I feel like now, there's this whole era of someone stole my package and wait, it's on video. People are looking for that doorbell camera now. So it's
right.
That's all you really need is just a Ring doorbell. You're fine.
If you don't have one, mine just had a light on it. People didn't know it wasn't working for a really long time. It's working now. Don't worry. It's working. But there was a good long time it wasn't actually working, but they had a light on it. So people thought it was connected and they were ringing it. And I was just happy that at least it was a deterrent from anyone that was possibly had bad motives.
And as a technology standpoint, these things are easy to hack into. But like I said at the beginning, it's supposed to be a deterrent. Somebody's going to... They see, this has got a high security, setup here. I'm gonna go next door. They don't have shit.
Right.
But so the instances where it would be hacked and things like that, it would have to be targeted. So
at that point, no security system's helping you. They know.
Right. So subscriptions for home security, I don't know. I really think you should just have to pay for installation, pay for the equipment, and then be able to manage and do everything by yourself. I guess that subscription cost is for the server, the data that they're hosting.
Yeah, or for someone to be on the phone when you need them to.
Right.
I guess.
But you should be able to decide whether you want that 24/7 support or not.
Yeah.
Or be able to call in at any point in time and say, Yeah, I'd like to activate the 24/7 support because I need your fucking help.
I don't know. I'm just sensing a trend here, even as I was starting to like brainstorm all the possible things I knew we had as subscription. No, we have, but like as a
Society.
community and culture. Yeah, society. And I was like, there's a trend here. It's like anything that is needed or even not needed, but particularly needed, they just has been turned into a subscription. And it's kind of crappy, honestly. It made me sad.
Yeah.
So for home security, just do the Pandy strat. Just get motion sensing lights. You're good. You don't need a subscription for that.
Okay. Yeah. Might need to do that.
They'll think you have security. It's like, got the lights turned on.
Okay. I'll have another one. I just need a Pandy.
Let me just say one thing out there. If you have electronic locks, stop it. Don't fucking do it. Manual locks only. Yeah, they got fancy little electronic locks. Guess what happens? Somebody hacks into that, they can go into your fucking house. They can just unlock it. But if you have manual locks, sure, they might be able to hack into your security system, but all they're going to be able to do is see you pee or something, if you got a camera in your bathroom. Doesn't fucking matter. They can't get in your house because you got manual fucking locks.
I will say, you don't even need to hack it. If you just get like one of the black lights and just see what fingerprints are the most used, you're done. There you go. Stop it.
Right. So don't use those because lock picking is archaic at this point. There's not a lot of people. Yes, there's people out there that do it and know it, but it's not as common. So stay safe out there.
It's not the fine art of lock picking has gone to the wayside.
Right.
It used to be the other way around when no one knew how to hack through the electronic locks, but they could do the manual.
Yeah, now it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely the other way around.
Okay. I have a good one. I'll start with you this time, Pandy.
Oh, okay.
Social media and entertainment. If you have paying for, I guess, I'll say, I'm trying to avoid names, but like Twitch or Reddit or YouTube, things you kind of can get for free, but there's perks if you pay for a subscription.
I feel attacked.
So,
it's just part of it. It's not you personally.
Here's the problem, because all three of us are on Twitch. Put our links in the bio or something, whatever. But I mostly subscribe to my friends, because it helps them out, and I get no ads. So that's a big bonus.
Right? Isn't that the big plus, though? Right, Arctic?
That is the
it's the ads.
I hate ads, and I'll be honest that
Reddit ads.
I pay for
Reddit
Twitch Turbo ads. But I'll also subscribe to my homies as well,
I'll
but
say
I do Twitch Turbo.
But that's a choice
as well,
right? Subscribing to an individual is a choice to support them, but having to subscribe to access things or to get perks like no ads,
Listen,
for like YouTube and Twitch, I would say I would do it just because it's kind of like saying a subscription to like they'll just say, cause we talked about earlier Disney Plus, right? You now get a bunch of access to all this entertainment with no ads. I feel like that like makes up for the purchase of those.
Right.
But the reason why I feel attacked is because of Reddit. Okay, I got yelled at for having a Reddit subscription just because I wanted to have a cool little avatar, dude. All right, listen to me. I have a dolphin, like a narwhal on my head. Okay, I got a sparkly beard. I got some cool shades and some cool drip, as the kids call it nowadays. Oh wait, are they still saying that?
What? No, I don't.
Drip, like your clothing, like you got cool clothing.
I don't know. To be
I
fair,
don't know.
there is a
I don't
Zenyatta
know.
skin called Dripiata. So I guess
Oh my god. That's
but
so
anyways,
cringe.
that's
I
pretty
am
much
cringe.
all that it was. That and
I'm being
the
sarcastic.
ads. And I was paying like $50 a year. So I recently stopped that subscription.
I'm glad you stopped one, you know?
Yeah.
But if there's multiple, that adds up, right? That's the thing. And it's the
Right.
same with streaming services, you know. Disney, Hulu. I remember when it used to be just a couple, and then it became everyone. Just
So-
everyone. Local channels. It's just, it was like every production company had their own streaming service, and it's kind of a pain because your movies are locked behind having multiple services.
Yeah, what was it? Recently we were trying to watch a movie and it was like
Yeah.
these movies from these studios are
no
prohibited
longer
to be
available here.
played.
Even
yeah.
though I had purchased them. Like they weren't even rented. They were purchased. We
And you can't
can't
even
watch them
watch
in
it on
here
there.
because they're by this other production company. It's just unreal.
I think that's the major
It's
problem with
ridiculous.
subscriptions just in general is back in the day you bought something, it was yours.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it's not actually
It's
yours
not.
anymore. They could take
And
it
I
away
think-
whenever.
They're changing the rules halfway through. They're like, oh yeah. And that was the thing. It was like, I bought this, but now I can't watch it. And I used to be able to until they had a fight with whoever that service is, I guess. But, as a consumer, that's not my problem.
Right.
But they just changed the rules halfway through. And there's nothing you can do because you don't have it in your hand.
Yeah, if I buy my shit, I should be able to see my shit and use my shit.
On
Watch it with my
whatever
homies.
platform I bought it on, but it's now you don't like actually own it. You just own a temporary license, basically, which
Right.
that's
I
just the
kinda
problem
miss
with
that. Ownership.
every like gaming to subscriptions to everything. Is just we no longer own anything. It's just
Yeah.
Right.
temporary.
If,
It's ridiculous.
if something happened to the electronics, what would we have?
Right.
Like to
That-
show
there's a
for
lot
all
of
the
stories.
money and that was spent.
There's a lot of stories of post-apocalyptic worlds where the technology went back to like the Stone Age or some shit, and like everybody's freaking out, not knowing what to do because everything's technology and subscription based, and
Money
it's
is
crazy.
except if you're Pandy. Pandy's got the real moolah.
Yeah.
I like
But
always
even in
having
the
cash on hand.
post-apocalyptic world, you would not be able to use that money really. And also, I did want to say a reminder and a disclaimer: any businesses or services that we have spoken of today, nobody is a sponsor, and we are not affiliated with any of them. This is just our personal opinions.
Mm-hmm. It was humans. Mm-hmm. I do have a couple more real quick though.
Okay.
And these are ones I'm torn over too because I'm guilty. I'm guilty. See, I'm not attacking you, Arctic. Oh, food delivery. The beautiful post-COVID luxury we all live with now.
I'll let you
Is
two
it-
answer first.
Yeah, but they're like a year-long subscription. Like Instacart charge me a year-long subscription. And DoorDash, you get a year subscription for that. I don't want a subscription. I just want to be able to order when I want to order. You
Right.
know?
Well, with the subscription, it's supposed to save you money if you do it a lot. I don't think it gives you any sort of like priority over anything else.
Right.
There's not really a lot of benefits other than saving money if you're just constantly doing it. Food delivery, it's amazing, especially grocery shopping.
right.
Like nobody wants to go to the fucking store listening to babies crying and people fighting in the next aisle and trying to get to the bread, but there's like 7 buggies in the way. Which I found out recently
I don't mind
that buggy is not a common term.
No, I thought it was adorable. Shopping cart here.
A shopping
in America.
cart is what it's
called.
called.
Them trolleys in Australia.
Hold. The
where I'm
normal
from, it's
shopping
called a
cart you
buggy.
called a buggy?
That's what it's
Dude.
called, man. Back
It's
where
amazing.
I'm from, it's called a buggy.
I can't say anything. Our drinking fountains are called bubblers here, so I can't say anything.
All right.
But here's the thing. I
do
went to
believe
buy
it's
something
amazing.
the other day, and yeah, I was late, and I was really, really sick last week. Like, have not been so sick in a long time.
Mhm.
And I went to order something that I really needed in the house, which was $30. Just for that one thing to have it delivered to my house, I would have been paying $60.
Jeez.
And I was like, I can't do it. Tomorrow I'm going out sick, and I'm going to pray my dog doesn't crap on the floor or something until then. Because, like, I just could not do it. And, you know, I'm a huge Instacart fan. I went a little crazy when I first discovered it, and it actually became available in my area. I'm going to confess that. He knows, he saw me. But
over here you go crazy, man. You're like,
it
"Yeah, I'm
wasn't
gonna get
here.
this and that."
It was where you were. It was
You're
available,
like, oh
but
my
not
God,
here.
same day delivery. Let's go.
I was like, oh my gosh. I'm guilty. But now I'm really looking at how much extra I'm paying, and it's a lot. So I'm trying not to actually do it unless it's an emergency.
Right.
But it's a blessing and a
you
curse.
pay the laziness fee is what it is.
It's a lazy
or
fee.
the sick fee.
Yeah, but it's almost twice as much.
right.
Wow. Do you
'Cause
have
you
an
gotta-
Instacart, Pandy?
You got to pay the tip for the delivery person to
Mhm.
go in
You
and
pay-
do all the things. You're paying the company.
You pay the company, you pay a tip, which you know me and tipping. Let's not get into that. But and then taxes you may or may not have in your area. I don't know. It's just,
Well, the country from which you originate, I don't believe, does tipping.
they do not.
Yeah, so that's
Because we
understandable.
pay our
They just
people a
give,
better wage.
Yeah, like, let's get a better wage.
Yeah, we pay better wages, so it's like an unnecessary thing. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I tip. Don't worry, I do tip. It just annoys me that it's necessary.
Right.
I like to tip, but I hate the people that like demand a tip. Those are people like, wow.
Well, especially from like those delivery services, because honestly, we're already paying a lot. You know, like the fact that like I don't want to. They get annoyed if it's like not 25% or 30%, and that to me is just outrageous.
And it's ridiculous. On the DoorDash subreddit, there was like a whole bunch of people like posting screenshots of like drivers that were like saying, hey, can you send me like some extra money for some gas and things like that? Like, bro, no.
That's not my job.
Like,
That's why
I need gas.
You have a boss. Go talk to your boss.
I delivered this because I ain't got no gas in my car, you know? It's ridiculous. Like they're just begging for money through the apps, and
But,
you know, look, we're already paying out the ass for it.
For myself, I don't do any food delivery at all. I always go out for my food. So
Like
and that's
to
probably
drive.
better because, you know, I tell you what, for 60 fucking years, okay, I had ordered and I'd even moved places, okay, and still they would always forget my drink or they would get the order wrong. I was without Baja Blast for so fucking long. It was so irritating. Like I would even like ask the driver, like, you got the drink? Like, I don't know if they were just like taken off with it or what. Like I was to the point where I was like, bro, please check if there's a drink. And you know what? I'll
Or even
order
when you got
two
the
of
drink,
them. You can
food
have
would be
one
missing.
of them, and then I can have the other. Please let me have my
He
Baja
ended up
Blast. I
starting to
will
order
buy one
drinks
for
the
you.
drivers. Oh my god.
Like it just got ridiculous. So it's just better to go out and get it. But I mean,
It is better.
like even when you go there, like I don't know. I sat down in a Taco Bell not too long ago. Not a sponsor. and
But you should.
was,
He's your biggest fan.
it was so weird, and it's like this in McDonald's too. Not a sponsor. Where the people aren't even at the front anymore. You talk to a machine, tell it what you want, and then they bring it to you.
It was strange.
And then
in.
when I went to Taco Bell, and then like I went to go sit, like I was about to sit down, and they just hand me a bag. And I was thinking in my head, like, they literally asked me if it was to go or for here. And I said here. Why are they handing me a bag? And I was like, do you have like a tray or something? They looked at me like I was speaking a different language. They're like, a tray? No, we don't have a tray.
This is how our forefathers felt when they're like, back in my day.
I was like, what do you mean?
Oh, back in my day, we had a play place in our McDonald's, all right?
Yeah, we had a ball pit.
So my
It was
question
highly
is,
unsanitary, and they were wet.
what the hell
ball pit.
is the difference between, going through the drive-through, or I'm sorry, what is the difference between to go and here? Because you're still just going to hand me a bag anyway.
Yeah.
Are you just like,
there is none. They're just
curious? Are you just curious where I'm going to be when I eat my things?
So
No.
there actually is a reason for it, because I've done this because I'm an evil person. If you tell them that you're gonna eat there, they'll get your food faster. They don't want you to wait there. So I will literally sometimes be like, I'll have my food here. They'll hand it to me in the bag, and I walk out the door.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I thought it would be the like other way around.
Because
Well,
if
the
you're
thing
having to
is-
go,
They
you
don't want to get you out if you're going.
nah, not really.
Get out of here.
The food that they gave me was absolutely awful. So the whole time I was sitting there and I was facing the front where they were like cooking the food and stuff in the back,
Just
and I just
evil-eyeing
stared
them?
at them. I just stared at them eating my ass food. It was awful.
It
Like
still
that
hasn't stopped him.
chalupa
Still goes
could have
back.
fucking broke rocks, man. It was ridiculous.
Okay, well, here's the question. If those restaurants that we are not a sponsor of said, hey, to order our food, you need to have a subscription, would you do it? Yay or nay?
No,
No.
I'd go there. Like, do you mean to like you have to have a
Just-
subscription for
yeah,
delivery,
come to our
or just
drive-through,
or
have a
or just a
subscription.
drive-through?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no!
No, they would go out of business. No one would do that. That
How
sounds
bad do
stupid.
you want it?
I would
just
go
curious.
inside with my car.
The thing about it is just like, I'm just trying to get food. I don't want to have to pay a subscription, then also buy the food. Thanks, Apple.
And honestly, for a long time, what I actually like to do is I'll go into the drive-through, I'll order my food, and then get my food, and then park and eat it. The whole reason I'm going through the drive-through is so I don't have to get out of my car. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm not going to pay a subscription for that. You know? I work for my hard-earned money, and I'm going to sit on my ass while I eat things that are not good for me. You know what I'm saying?
If they make you sit and watch an ad in your car,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll
you'd
do
watch an
that.
ad?
I would do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. I know you hate ads so much.
I do hate ads, but I would rather watch an ad. Like I could see
And
it
get
now. You
out.
pull up
You
to
want
the
to-
drive-through,
Uh-huh.
the menu disappears and shows like an ad, and you have to
Yeah.
watch it until it's finished, and then you can order.
You
I'm
can
okay
skip
with that,
ads
but I
if
will
you
not
just
do a subscription.
subscribe. You know, like you have those freeway passes in your windshield. They're like, oh,
Now,
they're
here's
not-
the
Right.
thing. I would know my order. I'll be like, I'm ordering now. Like, you got to wait for that? No, I'm ordering right now. I know exactly what I want.
Speaking of which, this is a little different from subscriptions, but it was
Mhm.
really weird. Recently, Poppet and I went to go see Pandy in real life, And there was these places that were tolls that you didn't give money to. There was nobody working
Yeah.
these tolls.
There's like, usually there's like a gate that comes down. You chuck your coins in there,
was
and then
nothing.
it lifts the gate. There's nowhere to pay unless you go online to pay.
Right. And then like I completely forgot about it because we were like, we got to keep track on all this. We didn't even know where half of the polls or the tolls were. And then like a month or so later, I completely forgot about it. And I got some snail mail and I was like, hey, you owe us $40. And I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, you went through like 12 tolls. And I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Because like normally it would just be like one toll, right? One machine. I don't know. I feel like they can get away with calling
at
it
least
different
3
tolls each way.
It listed like every street that we were on and like what tolls like.
See, the funny thing is, I know exactly which state you're talking about. That had all these tolls. All right, I avoid them.
It was multiple states.
Right.
Yeah.
But one has a lot of them.
So it was
They
crazy.
were one road, but multiple tolls. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I know exactly what state that was in.
But it's the same thing. I think they were like, we'll make more money if we do it this way than if we pay someone to sit in a booth and people toss money in. And this way they forget about it and we can charge interest or something.
Yep.
It's more just make sure that they save money by not hiring someone to be at the tolls.
Right.
So basically people just lose their jobs because we have cameras.
Right. Man, it's freaky how much they know. Can you imagine clocking every car that travels on that road?
It's insane. Like they gotta have some
amazing.
highest technology on those cameras.
And yet
it's just
comes snail mail.
I mean, to be fair, it's just a high-speed camera that grabs your license plate when you pass through. That's all it is. Welcome everybody to another installment of Patchnotes with Pandy. Hope you're all excited. Today we're talking about Monster Hunter Wilds, coming out February 28th. It'll probably be out by the time this podcast is live to all of you. I just want to talk about a few things with it and my hype for the game. I am super excited for this game. It is crazy. I played both demos, like both open betas for it. And honestly, it was so much fun. Just going out into the world, being able to switch weapons when you can. And honestly, this is probably the first Monster Hunter that doesn't feel that bad to play on PC. I think the keyboard and mouse controls are actually done pretty well in this game, so maybe if you're thinking or trying out something different, this might be the game to do it, so I would definitely recommend it. As well as there is already a new title update for this game. The Title 1 update content is coming out in early April, as they want us to give us time to prepare for the new content and challenges that await us ahead. A new level challenge is also coming. Prepare your gear and resolve hunters. Title Update 1 will bring with it a monster of formidable strength at a level above tempered. Another challenging monster will also await. As well as a new place to gather will be happening. We'll have a new place to meet, communicate, and have meals together. And more with other hunters will be added to Monster Hunter Wilds in the U1 update, so Title Update 1. This area will be available for hunters who have completed the main story, so get hunting and be ready. So, very excited about that. Again, the gameplay of this one feels very smooth. It's cool to switch between weapons on the go. I just think it'll be fun to mix and match armor, or have an armor set that benefits both weapons you're carrying. I'm so excited for this game, I'm not gonna lie. But it might be fanboying a little bit, just saying, it might be a little bit. But I think it's gonna be a good game, honestly. I will say though, this game is very demanding, so I would definitely recommend if you are playing on PC, can handle this game. So check out the recommended on the Steam page. Make sure that you are prepared to be able to run this game. So, but again, this game comes out February 28th. If you haven't gotten it, I honestly, just from the betas, would recommend this game. It is so much fun. Try to get some friends, start a hunting party, and get out there. It's a lot of fun. Go on to the wilds. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all for me. I've been your host, Pandy. Hopefully we'll see you in the next installment of Patchnotes with Pandy. Bye!
That's insane. But that we got a little out of hand on the subscriptions because it's a big topic for everybody. Sure. But we do have a little bit of time left, and I kind of wanted to touch up on D&D.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We do not mean do not disturb.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Turn my phone back on now. Just kidding.
So, I don't know how who out there has had the lovely experience of playing this tabletop RPG game, but it's been out there for a long time. The Master Wizards are the Wizards of the Coast.
Just remember the old school cartoons, Dungeons and Dragons, you know.
Right.
Every Saturday they would play. I loved them.
I never actually got to see those, but I do remember growing up, I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. And I never could like form a group or find like a DM or anything like that. But eventually I did and got to play online, which I didn't even know was a thing. But apparently, yeah, you can. There's like some sites like D&D Beyond and like Roll20 that you can, not sponsors, that you can
subscriptions.
Make character creations and things like that, and pick your class, and it helps you go through and make pretty cool characters, and even with like a background story and everything. And that's one of the lovely things about Dungeons and Dragons is like you get to create an entire story from like birth to like current of what you are. So I had the online experience, which was really cool. You had a lot of visual maps and things like that. And if you pay a subscription
right.
as the DM, you can even like implement animations and things like that. Pandy, I believe you've played it as well. Poppet, I don't think has played it. We were supposed to do it.
Right. And for me, I was just recently made aware that you can play it online. Like to me, this always seemed like a very textural, like hands-on thing where you're acting and you're rolling that dice and like
right.
I didn't even realize you could play it online. And so for me, it's been hard to, it wasn't until I watched some YouTube videos and things like that while we were actually driving to Pandy that I realized, exactly how I could wrap my brain around how that a game that was a tabletop game you could play online. And I don't know, pros and cons. What is better though? Have you done both?
So I have not done both. Let me take that back. I've played online primarily.
Games.
The majority. Games. However, I did play one shot in real life. It was in a hotel room, and it was like actually at a bachelor party. We got a bunch of pizza and beer, and we just did a one shot D&D campaign in the hotel room. And that was honestly a beautiful bachelor party, and I hope to have one like it one day. We don't need bitches and fucking strippers or whatever. Like, just give me some dice and a good story.
Yeah, who needs that when we got witches and bitches? That's a lot.
Oh my God.
Right?
I knew I could count them.
We ain't need no bitches. Give us the witches. So Pandy, I do know that you have had the experience of playing in real life. How was that?
In real life, it's actually really fun, especially because you get to see everyone's dice roll. So there's just times where it's like, all right, here we go. I'm about to hit this enemy rolls. I got a 2.
See, part of me doesn't trust the electronic dice roll thing either. Like, I'm like, really?
But see, that's the thing.
It's like gambling online. Oh, really?
You can see people like roll the dice because it does like an animated dice roll on the screen. But the thing I feel like you miss out on in person is, seeing the person like get up and like blowing the dice and like rolling around like, come on. You kind of miss that whole interaction.
You miss the dice jails. You're like, all right, this dice is terrible for me. I gotta get my new dice.
Right. And that's the beautiful things you miss with the online version.
And then I also in person, like this example, I was playing a dwarf paladin, and I was gonna throw my hammer because you know what? Why not?
Right.
I rolled a 2. So
no.
I went to I wound up, I went back with the hand. My hammer slipped out of my hand. It hit my friend in the face. So it makes it more fun in person. You just look at your friend like, my bad.
Oh man,
I think it's like in person. Like I feel it's also easier to role play as your character because you can just look to them and be just like, my bad.
See, and I feel like I would be a little shy. Like for me, that I know I'm here on a microphone, but don't have anyone staring at my face. And
that is a good thing on the online version because you kind of have that filter to where like not everybody's staring at you, and you can kind of like get into the character. And kind of like do your little accents and stuff and act silly, and you don't have that like surrounding embarrassment of people seeing you do that.
That's what you do. That's why you
see some people do that.
When you are in person, it's like it's with your friends. So like doing that stuff, it's like you're all just there to have a good time. So I can be an old man for no reason.
Right.
Why not? Because you're just having a good time with your friends. So
do you wear costumes?
We did not know. Well, you could.
Do some people?
But that does sound fun. I do have a quick story. So the first time that I ever played D&D, this was when I was going through school for IT. And there was this guy that I sat with next to every day. And then like he's the one that found out that I was kind of interested in D&D. But had never played it, and he's like, "Oh my god, bro, we should, get a bunch of people from the class and play." So that was my first experience online and set everything up. But this guy was kind of like my brother, which only Puppet probably understands that. But I digress. So I don't know. I feel like it was kind of my fault. But I was an inexperienced person, and he was like, the hardest one to play is a druid. Well, I'm a forever druid now because that's the first one that I played, and it's the one that I played all classes except for artificer, and I really just love druid through and through. But this is Pathfinder 2. We're not in 5th edition, so things were a little different. I got to have a panther, like a little companion and everything. But there was this moment. Meow. There was this moment where I was off looking for food to help everybody. And I was actually a little cat girl named Yumi. And I had a panther named Yami. And so everybody's like chilling and keeping camp or whatever, and then we're out of food and starving.
Was this online or IRL?
This is online.
Okay.
And then I go to try to find food, and I'm following this deer, and the DM is the guy that I was sitting next to, and he, like in class, and he set up this little story where there was this gigantic fucking rhinoceros beast looking ass bitch. And apparently I made some bad decisions. Mind you, this is my first time playing. I don't know much about my class other than what I've read and watched videos on, and it's Pathfinder 2. This motherfucker rams me against a tree, pierces through my body with the horn, and I'm just dead. Dead. Like, my character's dead. And I don't know if anybody out there remembers the first time that their D&D character died, but it's rough.
My character didn't die. I didn't get that far.
You put a lot of time and effort into these characters, and you build them from the ground up.
Was it early on
a story for them.
the game, or was this like
it was kind of mid because I had to end up switching. But I got really mad.
What do you do? You just sit out then when you're dead?
No, you just create a new character.
Okay.
And then find some way to lurically integrate them into the party. But I was so upset about it, and like I kind of had a little argument about it and everything. But to this day, I realized that I was just emotional, and really he was like, I think it was one thing that he said to me that finally clicked like months later. He was like, bro, you could have just turned into a bird and flown away. But I was just like I was a little noob, dude. I didn't know what I could do and when I could do it. And it was just really hurtful. And the DM was not a people person. We didn't get really along very well. And I don't think we haven't talked since, honestly. But I tried to play a little bit after, and it didn't feel the same because I was still in love with my other character. But thankfully I did find a group later where we did have some really good experiences and played a couple campaigns for a few years. So
do you still play Pandy?
I'm hoping to play soon again. I do not anymore. I want to though. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, it's just because there's just moments that are just fantastic. Because again, I'm a paladin dwarf, and we were like, well, we should stealth this area. I'm in chainmail, so I had to roll disadvantage for stealth. But my two rolls were a 20 and then an 18, so I had to take the 18. Couldn't get the double nat 20. But it was just great because the DM at the time just looked at me like, you pass. Whatever.
I like the dice. I think the dice are cool.
I love collecting them.
I just think it's one of those things where because it is dice roll, sometimes the dumbest thing is going to happen. And that's what makes it great.
Let us know out there, guys, if you would maybe like to hear the Fluffit podcast members do a D&D podcast one shot or something one time. Might be able to rustle up a DM. Let us know in the comments.
I might know a person. I might know a person.
Yeah. Well, and let us know too. D&D IRL or online. What do you prefer?
Yeah. And also let us know about the first death of your first character. Because it's sad. I still think about it to this day. I sometimes go back and read the biography that I wrote for that character.
Or make me scared to play with you.
No, I've bucked up since then. I got some tough skin now.
Well, it's like your first character in like any game for like doing like a hardcore run. Always remember the first one. Always remember the first one.
Right.
Like I did a hardcore run in Skyrim as a Khajiit, and she's dead. I'm like, oh, damn it.
It do be like that. Some the Khajiits, the Tabaxi. Yeah.
Yeah. Cat Poke.
So, Papa, you haven't had the pleasure of playing yet. I do know that we were talking about doing it at one point. Did you ever figure out what class that you wanted to maybe go?
No.
Just a quick
No, I did not.
thing is the classes are Artificer, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. That's just the base classes for PHP. I really enjoyed Wizard. It was really fun to play. I kind of played him like a mad scientist.
I was
Cleric.
looking seriously, but I honestly can't remember what I had chosen originally when we were
think
looking at starting to play.
I think you were looking towards Cleric, which clerics are
Maybe.
crazy.
I will say a game that's good to get a D&D experience is definitely Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah,
All get
Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate.
I did start Baldur's Gate. We need to finish that.
And we're also over on Twitch. So if you guys would like to check us out playing some Baldur's Gate sometimes, let us know. We can schedule a time to do that because that would be really fun. The three of us playing some Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
Oh, heck
that would
yeah.
be fun.
Hell
Let's do it.
yeah.
You just want to say where our Twitches are at now? We would want to our Twitch.
First, I would like to know what your favorite class is, Pandy. Paladin?
Well,
I'm
it
assuming
is,
it's Paladin.
it is Paladin. I like the
It's a
whole
dwarf
oath
paladin.
system. I think that's kind of cool. You know
I played Paladin once in one shot. Do you know what my name was?
what?
Mm. Oh no.
Tiggles McBiggles.
Oh. Sounds serious.
Oh man.
I don't remember them. I had the sheep for my first one somewhere around here, but can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, look, because the great thing about Paladin is my Paladin was a drunk, but you know what? He still followed his oath. So
Right. You don't want to be an Oathbreaker. I don't
No?
know though. Oathbreaker's kind of cool. They get new abilities and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really, really awesome stuff.
because I followed the oath, like protecting people and stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I like to be the tank, I guess. There was a orc female being like jumped by a bunch of dudes, and I was like, I'm jumping in immediately.
Man, this is making me really want to play.
so
man.
my DM was like, what's your war cry? I'm like, for muscle mummies.
For muscle mommies. Oh, let's go.
We should
And-
schedule that Baldur's Gate.
So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to schedule something because I'm gonna have to play again for sure. But I do want to ask, to wrap it up here, with the wizards. Have you guys ever done the Harry Potter quiz?
Yeah.
What'd you get placed in?
Wait,
I'm a
wait, no, no.
Hufflepuff through and through.
So I've done the Harry Potter quiz. I
Raven?
specifically did it because of Hogwarts Legacy when that was coming out.
Right.
Right.
Hufflepuff, let's go.
Oh, you're a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, let's go, Hufflepuff.
What
Bro, I've
do
taken the test 3
you must
times and
guess.
still got
What do you
Hufflepuff.
think I am?
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw, yeah.
I'm Gryffindor. Thank you very much.
Gryffindor. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you based those.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. That's
Every
nice.
time I've done the test like 3 or 4 times. Mhm.
I will say that was something that was great about Hogwarts Legacies, because if you did like the test on the Wizarding World one, you could like transfer
Mhm.
that into the game. So like it's like
Mhm.
picked Hufflepuff for you, you got like certain perks because like it picked it for you. I'm like, that's great. Love that.
I was so excited for the game. Honestly, I took like a week off when the game came out from my job. Like I used PTO.
Did you
I
finish it?
Honestly, no, because I had to go back to work and then I never finished it.
I 100% in that game, and I really wanted to save it for stream, but I started playing it and I didn't stop. I'm like, well, I'm streaming it now.
I just really wanted that game to be multiplayer. I wanted it so bad to be like open world multiplayer. I don't know why my brain thought it was. It would have been just perfect. I think.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Mm.
They might have like a multiplayer DLC or something.
Well, they are
No, they
making
made
a
the
second one. That
Quidditch
one's already been
DLC.
confirmed. They are making a second
It
one.
was just
Ooh,
really
that's
beautifully
cool.
done and did a justice to the whole world there.
I was just so happy we finally got to play like a game in that world that wasn't based around Harry Potter.
Was it based
Right.
on right?
Because its own like
It's
unique
beautiful.
story. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Combat was also fantastic in that game.
It was beautiful.
So
too. It
smooth.
was nice to
Just,
look at. It was well done. Just well done.
So I have high hopes for the Hogwarts Legacy 2.
Yeah, me too. I'll have to
Do we
finish
know when it's
the
coming
first
out?
one.
No,
I might
we
do
just
that
know
this
it's
year.
in the making right now.
Nice.
So it is time. So I am Arctic Shadow. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Spotify. And with Fluffit, we have some new socials we'll get to here in a moment. Pandy, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me at Fluffy Panda Vibes on Twitch. I don't use my socials. I have them. I just don't use them.
Well, all of this is
And-
available at the end of stream. It should pop up over our heads right up there and down there. And I'm also on
Yeah.
Twitch, Little Puppet 6. And if you ever want to come say hi live in person, come check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys want to, give us any comments or, suggestions of what you like or anything, definitely comment on whatever you're watching this on. And you can also reach out to us at fluffit@glacial-entertainment.com. Don't forget, you can also give us a call to ask us a question, and we'll do our best to answer that. That number is 701-205-1501. Again, that's 701-205-1501. We did get some socials up today. We have ourselves an Instagram. You can find us. Well, we'll just put it up at the top.
All that
We
socials will be
got a-
up at the top at the end of the stream. Comment.
We also got Blue Sky,
Oh.
and we'll be doing YouTube as well, which will all be up there. Fuck Twitter.
On Twitter.
I am human.
We tried so hard to make an account, and
We
it
don't.
just would
It was
not work.
Fluffin' real.
It really
was.
was.
It really was amazing.
So we just said fluff it.
we don't need you. Yeah. We are somewhat human.
Right. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you guys watching and or listening. Any feedback you guys give us definitely helps us out as well. We evolve through you, so we want to hear your voice. Speak up. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for us. Anything else you guys would like to end this with?
Well, I'll just say I've been the Fluffy Panda, and I hope we brought you the vibes today.
And I'll
Pop
see
it.
you later. Come see us live or leave a comment. We love hearing from you. See you next time.
And I am Arctic_Shadow, and I hope you have a beautiful and fantastic whatever time it is. And when you sleep, have sweet dreams. We're Fluffit. We're live, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.